Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for June 22nd through July 6th. June 22nd through July 6th. And before I get to the forecast, I'm going to go over the tropical system we have in the Eastern Pacific. Here it is at the 11 o'clock advisory. It is located 11.0 north, 40.3 west. Maximum sustained winds are 35 miles per hour of movement. It's to the west at 21 miles an hour. And this is what we're forecasting track to be like, or not we are, the National Hurricane Center and so forth. But so we still have a while to watch this thing as it drifts eastward, because even by Friday, it's here near the Windward Islands, and then Saturday, it's starts entering south of Puerto Rico. But it's a tropical depression now, and it's forecast to become a hurricane, as you can see. It's forecast to become a hurricane, it looks like, later on Wednesday. So there's plenty of warm water, low shear environment, and it's not unusual to see a hurricane form out in this location, because it has happened before. We'll take a look at the historical tracks. And we have one named storm in 2000. It was unnamed, and it is formed out here, about the same location where Tropical Depression 3 is. And then we have Anna back in 1979, has developed further out into the Atlantic. But generally, during this time, we're expecting hurricanes to form either off the southeast coast, the Gulf of Mexico, and so forth, but not really out in this area here. Now, we're going to take a look at the satellite picture, and this is the visible, and you see there's good outflow to the north and to the west of the system, and we can see some convective tops here, overshooting tops here across the area. And then we did have some, let me take a closer look on the northern side, okay, right here where the frame stops, last frame, some more thunderstorms developing, so it's still organizing, and some of the models are not out, but we'll take a look at what the models are saying about this system. Okay, we're going to take a look at the European. Here's the tropical depression. And then we have another one developing. This is kind of unusual too, right after the other forming out here. Here's another one that we have to watch. So that's a European. And we'll take a look at the GFS. And then as it gets into the it looks like it gets in the Caribbean, it kind of breaks up a little bit. So I don't know what situation would be with that, but it's still early. And we'll take a look at other tracks. Now, this is the current early cycle of the storms, of the storm that we're forecasting. Now, this is also a trend that you noticed, I think I noticed over the weekend, have it going to the north, going to the east of Bermuda. And then we'll take a look at the other one. This is the late cycle, kind of converging, staying to the south into the Caribbean. Then we'll take a look at the late EPS models. Now, this is something different. Some of them are now, it's kind of like split here. Some of them continue to take it to the west of Bermuda, some to the east, some further out, but it looks like the majority still takes it into this area here. But again, this can change as we get into the next couple of days. And then we'll take a look at the other models. And then we'll take a look at the intensity model. The HRRF brings it to hurricane, Cat 3. Other model, this is the CT, can't read it. CTQX, I think it is, brings it to Cat 2. The official keeps it at Category 1. And then we have another model. This is the HMA, keeps it as a tropical storm. This is the intensity forecast here. And this is the cone of uncertainty. You can see where it's supposed to be in the winds, how the winds are supposed to be. So I'll be watching the system as we go through the next couple of days. All right, now we're going to get to the forecast. This is for June 22nd to 26th. And we have a trough here over the west, an upper low here over the Midwest and the Southeast. And we have above normal heights with a ridge to the north over eastern Canada. So the models are pretty much in agreement with this. So then we're going to look at the surface. And we'll have an upper low over the Midwest that will cause widespread showers and thunderstorms. The rain could be locally heavy and possibly leading to flash flooding. And then also a front across the north central states associated with the trough in the west could cause heavy rainfall, causing flash flooding concerns across this area here. And we have our ridge across Mexico and Texas, as we see down here. And that will cause extreme heat with widespread 100s and 110s across the central and southern portions of Texas, and 90s with heat indices in the 100s elsewhere. Okay, we're going to look now at the period for June 27th through July 1st, and little overall change is expected. We still have our trough here. We have above normal heights here across Canada, below normal heights here across the higher latitudes. We still have our ridge here over Mexico into the southern plains, trough here, a weakness here over the Ohio Valley and the Southeast. So for this forecast period, I'm calling for below normal temperatures here and here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be near 6 degrees below normal, above normal temperatures forecast for all this region here, and calling for anomalies to be at least 10 degrees above normal, especially here and across this area here, Texas. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here and here along the East Coast. And I'm calling for the probability of occurrence to be about 35%. And then we have below normal precipitation for much of this region here. Probability of occurrence is about 40%. And we also have it here across the upper Mississippi Valley. Looking at the period for July 2nd to the 6th. The pattern kind of becomes more, especially across was more zonal, but we still have our trough here in the west and over the east, with an upper low here still across the Midwest, Southeast area. Above normal heights cover much of North America. You can see above normal heights of Canada and the West. So for now, keeping the temperature anomalies the same. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here and here. And the probability of occurrence near 40%. Below normal precipitation forecast for much of the Four Corners, with the probability of occurrence near 40%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for June 22nd through July 6th. Thanks for coming, Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.